added the game at Alabama. How important was it? I know you always say Zach and Talvis are the key guys this season, but how important was it to add a game so you're not just playing one game against Tennessee Tech in like an 18-day window?
Well, we could have got another game now, a lesser kind of game. We could have played smaller team, NEIA team, Division II team, which a lot of teams do. But we didn't want to do that. We wanted the opportunity to play a good quality team on a big stage. Talvis has been working, trying to schedule Alabama for 3 or 4 years. And I think probably, they lost their Houston game. I don't think we were front of the line that they chose. There was Loyola and Richmond was in line for them to play them. And somehow Richmond and Loyola broke away and played each other. So they kind of left Alabama hanging at the time to fill a game. So we needed a game, they needed a game. And, I think it's a good quality game for both programs.
Coach, this is Nick Keyser from the College Heights Herald. You're going to see Alabama on Saturday. You've played, in your career against them 30 times as a coach. And so how big of it, is it that you guys actually get to play them on Saturday?
Well, it has nothing to do with me playing them 30 times in my career. It's all different teams, all different coaches, and the whole deal. I think the most important thing is it's a quality, SEC team, Power 5 team, and a really good team. That's the most important thing. If we had never played them before, opportunity to play a so-called Power 5, but a team out of a so-called really good basketball league, and Alabama has great tradition, and again they have a really good basketball team.
Coach, they've got 4 guys averaging double figures. It seems like kind of the straw that stirs their drink is Herbert Jones. He leads them in scoring, leads them in rebounding. I guess what's it going to take to have a good performance and try to come away with a win on Saturday?
Well, there's a lot of things we have to do. You got to get back in transition against them. Number one, they're really good in transition. It's very obvious when they shoot the ball. They're very difficult to beat. They shot it against Providence and blew them out. Beat them 15 points. I think they're second in the country in time of possession. I think 14 seconds. Every 14 seconds, they're firing it up. And when Shackelford or Petty, Quinley, Jones, their centers, Reese or Bruner, when those guys are making threes, they're very difficult to beat because through 40 minutes, they're going to take chances in 40 minutes, not shooting it very well, but making enough of them to beat you. So they're not easy to defend. And the 5 guys are going to be away from the basket. They're not going to throw it to the block a lot. They're going to drive it in there a bunch because they keep that floor spread. But all 3 of their 5s, whether it's Bruner, whether it's Reese, whether it's Rowehouse, all those guys, have the ability to shoot a 3-point ball.
Coach, this is Nick again. You had close games this past week, one against Gardner-Webb, and then you have Rhode Island come in as well. And so, you take away wins from those, and, now you're on the road, and then you have Tech on Tuesday. So just taking into account those games, how important do you think it is that you get those wins and you head into Bama with those wins, and you can kind of think to yourself, well, we can play teams close?
Hey, Nick, I don't think we've had many games all year long, starting back to Northern Iowa, close game, Memphis, close game, West Virginia, close game. We've had a bunch of them. And if you're asking me, it's always better to win them than lose them, for sure. So we're glad we won them. I think you're asking, how's that experience help you? Well, there's no question. Being in close games, finding ways to win close games, there's no substitute for the experience of that. And we've already been in that situation several times. So going on the road, that's something that, our guys won't be, we're not, having to play against the atmosphere is number one. that you normally do. So road games are a little different right now. You are on their home court. Their ability to be comfortable how they shoot it in there is probably the biggest thing. But the crowd issues is not an issue. Our guys have played good competition. We've played really, really good. Out of our 7 games, 5 of them's been top notch. Really, really good competition. So this is just another one that gives our guys, another great opportunity.
Hey, Coach, speaking
Tyler,
of
you're
that,
up. I was going to say, Tyler, you're up. You don't get
hey, I was coming.
I looked at you as long as I'm going to look at you about you saying anything. So, hey, you're up, man. Because, hey,
I guess-
what's going on in high school basketball? You're not out there writing much, saying much. What's the deal?
January 4th, all I know. I haven't done any high school stuff in the past probably 3-4 weeks. Been so busy covering you guys and Vanderbilt and finishing the semester up. So it's been a hectic few weeks for me. But
So,
as far as I know, January 4th is the start date.
is the first game that they can January the 4th when they can start playing games again?
Yes.
State tournament got moved back to when?
I think it's late March, early April now. That's their dates,
Okay.
but still up in the air. I guess question for you though. I guess this non-conference schedule in 2020 has been, kind of hectic scheduling wise, but to get the games you guys have got so far, just how beneficial has that been? And of course, now going to play a team like Alabama.
Well, I think Zach gave a stat the other night. Zach, make sure this stat is still good. I think we're in the top 10 percentile that has 7 games in. I think 7 games puts you in the top 10 percentile. It's 20% now, he says. So if we get 8 games in this weekend, if we get 9 in Tuesday, we're probably right there in the top 10 percentile again. He's nodding his head yes. So it's been a challenge. But as I've said, we're able to get those 3 right off the bat in that bubble. That helped us out there in South Dakota. Knock on wood, so far we've been good among ourselves. For the most part, opponents have been. We're still getting tested 3 or 4 times a week, and I would think Alabama's probably on a pretty good protocol down there as far as testing. So we anticipate things being good there, but it's a game by game deal. Scheduling's been a I don't know if a headache. It's just been different. Zach and Talvis, after every game, we just kind of start looking, and we look down our schedule and trying to figure out, is this team going to show up? Where are they at right now? And again, we weren't for sure Rhode Island would ever make it here for all the right reasons. It just came back from Wisconsin. They're flying commercial. They come off a tough loss to Wisconsin. But again, give them credit. They got on the plane. Once they got on that plane, we felt like we had a chance in. But there's people gotten on planes. There's people got into arenas and get games canceled as you show up to the arenas. So it just is what it is right now. We all got to be flexible with it. It's no reason to get too uptight about whatever happens right now.
Coach, this is an Alabama team coming off a close game against Furman. They were down in that first half there, and then they came away and, won it in the second half. Looking at that game specifically, is there anything that you learned from that game, looking at the differences between the first and second half, that you can take in as kind of helpful leading into this game Saturday?
Well, the one thing Alabama did was just totally the difference in the game. Did you all watch the game? Anybody watch it? Jared, did you watch it?
I was kind of half watching it and kind of half watching Houston Baptist football highlights from this fall.
Houston Baptist highlights football?
Western just hired him as the OC, their OC. So,
okay, I wasn't aware of that. So, your question was what I learned from it. Well, number one, Furman's a really good team. Furman shot the cover off of the first half, got a big lead on them. But if you're going to look at one stat that was difference in the game, Alabama had 21 offensive rebounds. Furman had 4. So there was a difference in the game. Second thing was Alabama kind of found a different lineup. Rowehouse he'd been playing 15 minutes a game for him, but they found him now and put him in a bigger role. And I think they found more of a role for Herb Jones, who was started to power forward, but they moved him to point guard now at 6'8". I think those two roles kind of got that's the roles that brought the team back when they were down double digits. Those two guys in there playing those positions, and Roadhouse gives them some toughness. He gave them some energy. He made some effort plays that won that game. Besides, he stepped up and hit that three to put them ahead for the first time.
Anything else for Coach? All right.